All right, so we'll talk a little bit about hooking the flywheel or torque, what do they call it? Flex plate. On an automatic transmission, it's called a flex plate. And a flywheel is used on a straight shift transmission. Now, this hole right here matches the hole on the torque converter right here. Now, this thing has also another hole here, and this hole is closer to the edge than that hole. So this flywheel is made so that you could put either this torque converter or one with a wider opening, a wider mouth on it. It's tricky to get one on here because you can just get a bolt up in here from the outside. Actually, I don't need that to be in the wrench to do it. I'm going to try to hold y'all and do this. So this bolt here will go through the flex plate and into the hole on the torque converter. I may have to sit y'all down. Let's try it. Let's try it. Because the worst thing that happen is you won't be able to see nothing. Ain't nothing new, right? So sometimes I'll put this one is 9/16, and sometimes I'll put it on a wrench and I'll put it right through the hole with the 9/16 like this. Now the tricky part is to get the nut. Yeah, see that fell out. The tricky part is to get the nut up in here, because on this side over here, so you've just got, all you've got is a slot right here, and that nut has to go up in there. So usually what I do with the nut is I'll put the nut, and I think it's a 1/2 inch. Maybe not, maybe it is a 9/16. But I'll put the nut in place, and once I have the bolt on the other side, I'll try to stick this up in that hole and start the thread. Now I'm gonna move over here and try to do that, and hopefully you can see right there where I'm going with this. So maybe I can stick this in here with just my finger. Yeah. Okay, so that you may not can see, but the nut is sticking out here. So then I might want a different wrench. And one of the things I can't do is I can't use a box end, because obviously if I used a box end, stuck it up in there, I couldn't get my wrench out. Let's try this one. This one's a Craftsman it might have. So that nut, even though the one on the outside is a 9/16, the one on the inside is a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to, and this is kind of a balancing act, but I'm going to try to get this up here into place and get that to go through the nut. And then try to turn it and start it. I need a flashlight because I can't hardly see it myself. I bet you can't see it even more so. But that's how we do that. And rather than have y'all sit there while I try to do that, I'll just show you that much of it. And the other thing we do, you notice this is lined up right here, and I can get to it pretty well. Well, there's 3 holes in this, and the rest of them are up in there, so I have to turn the engine over. Now, I have taken a screwdriver and stuck in the edge and prized it by these little teeth, but that is slow going and it's hard to get to. On this one, you may remember I drilled out the hole in the end of the crankshaft so that I could, well, I didn't drill it out, but I tapped it out so that I could get a nut on the end of my crankshaft that would hold it firmly. And one of the reasons to have that nut there and have it in good order is I can turn the engine over by turning that center nut right down there. So that's why some people, you can actually, there's some old Chevys that run that don't even have a nut on the end of the crankshaft. Man, I really like to have one because, you know, another thing I'm going to need to turn this engine over for is I'm going to need to find the compression stroke. The way you do that is you turn it over until the timing mark comes up to the timing mark here, the top dead center. And you also have to stick your finger over the spark plug hole because you can feel when you have compression. This thing turns twice for every one compression stroke. So there's going to be one time when you turn it and there won't be any compression at that piston hole. So you put your finger and turn it again, and as you're coming up on the hole, you stick your finger on that and you can feel the pressure build up so that when you pull your finger away, it kind of goes, psst, you know. So I'm going to put the camera away because this takes two hands and a lot of focus to do. And much as I love y'all, I can't do it, I don't think, while I'm trying to hold y'all. But thanks for watching, just the same. I appreciate you. So I'm going to try to do what I said a while ago, and I need to turn this motor one more time to line up the hole on the torque converter. And I'm coming right up on the timing mark with my engine as I turn it. So I've got my thumb over the spark plug hole. That's why I'm laying over the hood. And I'm going to just see if I'm on a compression stroke right now. So I'm going to turn the motor over. No compression. So what that tells me is that it needs to go around one more time for a compression stroke, which is good really because yeah, I'm probably got to turn it past the timing point to get the bolt in back there, but I'm going to crawl under and see. Okay, so I got the bolts in the torque converter from the flex plate. I got the bolts in the back of the motor. I had two that were loose over here and two that were loose over here. I tightened them up. Tomorrow I'll climb up on here and I'll tighten the two again that's on top of the motor. I also need to put the cover on over the torque converter, and that's in a box right here that I put it in when I took it apart. I rewired the starter and bought some tape, went to the store, bought some tape. I'll re-tape the wire tomorrow, and then I'll come back out here and start the process of working from the top down. As far as I'll probably wire it and crank it before I put the water pump on it. I just want to hear it run in here. I'm dealing with where to put my oil pressure because the the old oil pressure line didn't leak. Maybe I should go with that, but I was thinking I would go with a electronic oil pressure, but it needs a big one of these, and I don't know if I got room to put one of these back there, and you know the distributor goes back there too. So all those things I'll consider tomorrow. For today, I'm gonna go take a shower, clean up the kitchen, rest a little bit, maybe load a few videos, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow. I hope you have a nice night and rest well, and hope that good Lord comes to visit you in your dreams and tells you that he loves you, and sends an angel or two to keep you company while you sleep and all that. And then tomorrow morning, as soon as it warms up good, we'll come back out here and we'll do some more. That sound good? Y'all good with that? Okay then, let's leave it at that then.